Projects that don't run are going to be the death of me. Okay, so the goal is to get back on the F100 to Ford Explorer swap. At this point, the cab, the bed, and the front end are mounted, and everything is starting to fall in place. If you're here for tetanus updates, our Fox body build, that's coming soon. If you're not up to speed on what we're doing here, this is a 2008 Ford Explorer chassis that we cut the back of the frame off. We flipped it upside down. So then we cut the frame in half and shortened it about 3.5 inches to match the 57's wheelbase exactly. This is the first time ever this swap's been done this way. I've never seen anybody modify the frame in a manner to allow for the Ford Explorer with the IRS in its factory location survive inside the F100. I have heard from a few of you that say you know someone that's done the swap, or you've done the swap, or you've seen it before. And then when I find out, I'm excited because I'm like, awesome, show me how they did this, or tell me how they did this. And then as soon as I ask a question, it's crickets. Let's build door sill plates for this 57 truck. These are F100 door sill plates. Nobody makes these really. There's only one company that I've seen in their aluminum stamped stuff. There's nothing wrong with that, but if that's the only one that's available, that leads everyone to, if you're gonna do it, you gotta use that one, and that's never a cold scenario. So these are handmade out of 18 gauge cold rolled steel, and they're a nice touch to the interior on these fridge trucks because there's a lot of things they just don't make for these. The cool things about these are they're steel. You can paint them, you can let them surface rust, you can clear coat them, you can powder coat them, brush them with sandpaper to give them an aluminum brushed feel. You can wrap them in vinyl. You know, finish the process and make them your own. It's a lot of back and forth measuring. It's kind of tedious, but kind of fun at the same time. I don't know. It seems weird to say that, but that's the way it is. Sometimes it feels like you're chasing your tail, and then at the end of it, you've got something that's pretty cool. So it's super rewarding. Now this has nothing to do with getting this truck on the road. I wanted to do something like this today. I felt like being creative. I didn't want to be confined with, I've got to get this done to get this truck running, you know. Sometimes you got to take mental breaks like that, even if they're small like this. Some people may look at this like a waste of time, but from the mental side of things, it was definitely a priority. All right, now that my woosah kumbaya moment's out of the way, let's go ahead and get some brakes on this thing. What do you say? I want to mark where the column rides. Where is the brake pedal assembly? I think what I'm going to do is pull the column out and then work on a pedal assembly. All right, so we got this off of there. We'll sit that there. This is the factory bracket that used to house what's equivalent to 2 master cylinders here. The Explorer brake booster is going to go in here slot, but these are not correct. So I'm going to take this off. I'm going to slice all of this off. The hole location is fine. It's just these holes aren't the same diameter and all that jazz. So that's what's got to change in order to mount the Explorer booster to the F100 firewall. Leave this side on so it still can be a hard mount. In all its glory. Oh. This is where I want the master cylinder mounted, like this, through here. But as you can tell, our holes are just a little misaligned. Probably gonna cut those lug things off. So I'm gonna add probably at least an inch here. So I'm going to cut a piece of angle iron to act as that inch addition. All right, so the holes are welded up. The bracket extension's welded in. Would you look at that? Okay. Okay, let's go ahead and get this mounted. Oh, yeah. Man, why would I have to do this staring right in the sun? Of course it did. Fell straight through the hole onto the ground. Mm-hmm. Ha ha. Ha ha ha. Ow, that's hot. Looks pretty ratchet, but let's see if it works. Let's cut some top out. All right, so been working on this. I had it dialed in, I still do. The Factory Explorer brake pedal assembly has some sensors on it. I don't know, maybe if your foot's on the brake, time to start it type deal. I don't know. So I'm wondering if it might be better to just cut that bracket in half, eliminate all of the bracketry that we just finished modifying, and actually use this instead of that side of the assembly. Now trim it enough, but this would be lined out with the sensors if it'll fit in here. I feel like it will. All right, so I'm gonna pull that out, that bracket back out. I'm gonna pull the master cylinder back out, or the brake booster rather. We'll put it back together because from the looks of it, we might actually use it to have brakes pretty darn quick. Hold what you got, Bubba. Push it in forward. There you go. All right, it should stay. I need to find all of the nuts and bolts we took off of this thing. Maybe. Art Captain die grinder's really slick. Has a rotating head. Good shit. We'll see if it fits. As is, we may have to trim some more off. I'm gonna cut this as close to these studs as I can get it in a straight line. And that's gonna free up about a ½ inch, which if I'm not mistaken, it looks like about what I need to get all this to bolt together. So even though this is plastic, I still want to round off the sharp edges because if somebody's under there, that can cut you pretty bad. Anybody that's battled a zip tie before that wasn't trimmed off right knows what I'm talking about. So let's throw all these things back together. Okay. Scoot it towards the, yeah, there you go. Down just a little, right there. Don't move, you got it. Okay, we're good. All right, let's see if we have brakes. All right, get it going. I'm gonna break it. Hey, they work. All right, so now all of a sudden we got 4L disc brakes. So to recap, I've got the Ford Explorer brake pedal assembly in here with half of the factory F100 brake pedal assembly. This combination, it feels like it's going to work really well. I'm going to have to cut that brake pedal and clear it, route it a different path because it's blocking the steering shaft exit. Oh no, we don't have brakes anymore. But I'm telling you, this is just another instance where it seems like this Ford Explorer really is the route to go on these swaps, not the Crown Vic. It's hollow. Let's see. So this does sleeve. There is room for adjustment. Unfortunately, I got to cut all these welds off to get it. There you go. Grandparently, we don't use a washer on that. Grandparently, this old girl's gonna line up. Get that welded together and she'll be good to go again. Good progress. These are things that keep you from working on your project. Like, you'll literally think about this, and I don't want to go out there. It's hot, and all I'm gonna do is just stupid pedals. When you get out there and you get it knocked out, I don't know, it's a super rewarding feeling. So I guess aim your expectations low. Like when we started this yesterday, the goal was just get the brake booster mounted. The waterfall of things that just lined into place after that really motivates you, and you feel like you're really getting stuff accomplished. All right, that's enough kumbayaing. Okay. All right, so Braylon ran next door and got the Explorer gas pedal assembly. This is drive-by-wire, so I can't really fudge like a cable assembly or anything like that. What I can do is manipulate this if I need to, but this is actually going to work out also because it's super compact. This is going to be perfect. Again, another scenario where it seems like the Explorer wants to be part of this F100. The height should be somewhat similar to where a seat would be. Pretend you're in a bench seat. Man, that column is right where you would think a brake pedal would be. So I may have to rethink this. And constantly stepping on the brake is not something I want to ask anyone to compromise with as far as a comfort, because you're literally going to do it every time you drive the truck. Well, now wait a minute. That's where the factory column is on the truck. Let me go look at this 57, 59. That's what it is. So the brake pedal is on the right side of the shaft, and it's literally about 2 inches under, and then the gas pedal is actually above the transmission hump. So maybe that's what we need to feel for. So the brake pedal literally is here, and then the gas pedal is actually out here. Oh well, it's not gonna fix itself staring at it. All right, so I'm gonna pull both pedal assemblies back out of the truck, which is absolutely annoying, but it is what it is. I'm going to install the factory brake pedal that came out of this F100 with some spacers and shims. I'm going to cut this factory bolt that's now too long because of the part we took out of the assembly. And I'm going to basically just create a pin that bolts on one end and cannot slide out or allow the thing to come apart. Yeah. So it is taking a little more time to do it this way than just welding the thing all together. But this helps keep it modular, helps keep it where you can take it apart if there's ever something inside this process you want to change or just completely get rid of it. So the Explorer pedal assemblies in here, the F100 pedal assemblies in here. Now we just got to mate the two together. Wait a minute. All right. Hey, can you push that booster back into the firewall, please? Okay. Go get my marker. That's our life. Undoing annoying things. And then having to put them back on. Man, I bet that press would do it. What do you think? It's pretty thick. I wonder what that thing's rated at. I don't want to break it over some dumb shit. I use that thing all the time. Trying to think if I've ever done anything that thick before. Man, the pedal's curved. Can't really get it in there without taking it apart. Okay, let's punch a hole. I mean, hey, like it was a hole in a piece of paper. And that was bent too, that arm. So it wasn't like it had a square pot. Worth its weight in gold, man. So I am no way, shape, or form going to try to make you or ask you to watch me put this all back together, put it all back in the truck again. We've gone through this 3 or 4 times now. Just know that throughout all this footage, that's what's happening. What we did is I pressed a hole in the Explorer brake pedal arm, pressed the same exact hole in the F100 brake pedal arm. Gonna cut a piece of round tube to bridge the gap between the two, throw a big bolt, some washers through the middle, make them one. And now when you press the F100 pedal, it engages the Explorer pedal in the same amount it needed. It's beautiful. The pedal never hits the ground before the brakes completely engage exactly what you want it, and it's literally right where it should be as far as the F100 is concerned in relation to where that steering shaft's going to be. Through all this back and forth, it's literally the exact factory geometry. Couldn't have planned it better, and it was absolutely 100% built on a whim due to the simple fact that the brake booster was mounted. Overall, I'm happy with it. We're gonna put these tools up, tack that column. Okay, so in closing, I spent some time fabricating and trying to design a pedal assembly that eventually we just cut it up. And it's really easy to get, you know, man, I don't know what I'm doing. And you don't know what you're doing. I don't know what I'm doing. I don't know what I'm doing right this second. You fight through it. You do what you do. You plan for today. I just want to do this one thing. I just want to get the brake booster mounted. Great. You get that accomplished, then you're on house money. So that turned into designing the pedal assembly. That turned into revamping the pedal assembly, completely changing it after you spent almost a half a day trying to figure out a way to make it work. And that's cool. That's okay. I cut off what I put on, and that's fine. And you implement a new process. You continuously try to make it better. But if you'll just mark off that list, that one little thing, cool, now it's just bonus time. That's the way I look at it on these builds, especially because if you sat down for the first time and tried to go, I'm gonna put this F100 on a Ford Explorer chassis, it would be overwhelming. Now, if you take that same thought process and go, I'm gonna mount this Explorer brake booster on this F100 firewall. Yeah, it's challenging, but that's easy. You know, it's not easy, but it's not making a truck out of a car or a truck out of an SUV or, you know, like break it down in little steps. Do the little steps, compound the little wins on top of it, and before you know, you got this big massive victory. So hope that helps somebody. If you're thinking about doing one of these swaps, just send it, just do it. Who cares if you mess it up? so what? Like, it's not supposed to be together anyway. Have fun with it. I don't really know what to say. I don't know why I'm telling you this part. So, yeah. Also, before we go, we've got new t-shirts available on the website. New t-shirt, singular. It is a front and back design. It's got the OG Mugg Customs logo on the front in black on gray with the hot rod wheel and tire and Aurora, Texas on the back. So support the channel. Show everybody that your heat awareness is on level 50 out of 20 and that you're trying to get through the hot summers like we do here in the shop. Also, shout out to Art Captain for supplying the shop with all our welding and cutting needs, grinders, PP, all that jazz as usual. I hope you guys have a safe week, and we'll see you next time.